Today we're going to perform a mcmasters fecal egg count. Performing your own fecal tests at home can bring you a new level of independence in managing your livestock's parasite loads. It's important to note that each result is going to be a bit different, so the most important thing is that you're consistent in the way you're collecting your samples and performing your count. As long as you're getting a baseline for what your healthy herd's count looks like, and when it falls outside of that standard for you, that's all we're really looking to do with this test. So please keep that in mind as we perform it. The first thing we're going to need is a microscope equipped with 40 power magnification, a centrifuge machine, and don't be intimidated by this. I ordered this for $39 in 2023. We'll need a mcmasters egg count slide, a digital scale, some Epsom salt, and a dropper. The first thing we're going to do is mix our float solution. The purpose of this is to make a solution that is buoyant enough to float the eggs to the surface so that we can count them. It's a good idea to do this step the night before so that your mixture can become a solution. So the first thing we're going to do is fill our mason jar to the 500 milliliter mark, place it on our digital scale while on. We're going to hit tare to zero the weight out, and then we're going to add 125 grams of Epsom salts to this solution. Now we're going to stir that solution and then cover it and let it sit overnight. Now that our mixture is clear and fully a solution, we can collect our fecal sample. For our purposes, fresh droppings are plenty fresh enough to get a baseline for our herds, so these fresh alpaca droppings will do. We're going to get 2 grams of our fecal sample in our bag. Next, you're going to zero the scale out with our sample on and add 28 milliliter of our float solution to the bag. Now that we have our 28 milliliters of float solution, the best part, we get to mush this up with our hands in the bag. Now that we've poured our solution in our centrifuge tube, let's get it spun. We're gonna agitate it for 5 minutes on maximum here and let that spin for us. Now that our solution is done being agitated, we are going to pour off the top through a strainer. Now that we have our solution strained, let's fill our slide. We're going to fill both chambers here. And after these are filled, we're going to let this rest for about 5 minutes. As you look through the microscope and through the blue squares of the mcmasters slide, you should be able to use your focus to see through the different layers of the sample. You should notice eggs as well as adult parasites in virtually all samples. You're more so looking for the overall count, remember. It's normal to have parasites present in most samples. So once you count all of the eggs only, not the parasites, just the eggs, within all of the blue chambers of the 2 blue squares of the slide, you're going to multiply that number by 50 to get your final count. That's the number you're going to want to keep track of for your records. Well, I hope this video will help you keep a healthier, happier herd of your livestock. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.